Hey guys, Michael here from Marshall Gamers, and this week, since there isn't a new champion out on the PvE, and the new patch really isn't that much to talk about, well there is a lot to talk about, but it's not what I want to talk about. I'm going to be showing you this 5v5 Yordle game. So I'm playing as Teemo, we've got Zibian playing as Amumu, Demonized playing as... Fuck, what character's that?
Is it Lulu?
No, he's playing as Tristana.
Oh, Tristana.
Esvarg's playing as Lulu, and Robbery's playing as Poppy. I'm here with Bob.
Alright, hello.
And we're going to talk about the jungle changes to Season 3 whilst we watch this game. Whilst I watch this game.
And I sit on Skype pretending like I'm watching the game. Oh, that was a good bit, that bit.
Right, let's get started.
Well, I mean, because obviously this isn't on PvE or anything yet, all the information we've got so far is just what Riot have been saying on their forums, but they've been nice and they've given us loads of hints as what we're going to be seeing. And I think the main thing is just more damage from the jungle, because like the level 2 cheese gang of Lee Sin clears red and then instantly goes top and like destroys the top laner, because he can clear red with a good pull, losing like 10% of his health at most. So they're giving jungle creeps more damage, and now jungle monsters attack the nearest target rather than chase their original attacker. So, like, you can't pull for your jungler, make them take no damage, and then they can just come and gank a lane and just destroy someone's game completely. I mean, that's the one of the biggest changes that we've got here. Like, early jungle pressure is just like gone completely.
The patch note is down as reducing early game pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what else is there?
It says
Yeah.
to combat the spike in jungle, we're introducing several jungle-specific items to the game. Hunter's Machete is a great starting item, which can be purchased at the beginning of a game to help you efficiently creature jungle.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Hunter's Machete. Yeah, so Hunter's Machete is going to cost. It says later on this kind of thread that it's going to cost 300 gold, so you can buy machete and 5 gold items. And I can't remember all the stats that it gives you, but it gives you percentage increased damage.
Wait, machete and 5 gold items.
Health potions. Machete 5 gold items in first buy. GG. Machete and 5 health potions even. And it builds into Madrids. Madrid's razors, which build into Wriggles, and a new item called the Spirit Stone, which is a more mid-gaming item, which then builds into multiple different things. Because something else they say they want to do is increase jungle diversity.
Yep, got that bit here.
Yeah, here we go. So, where Season 2 was just Mundo, Shyvana, Amumu, big AoE clear, kind of, who can clear the jungle the fastest. Like, you can clear the jungle, get to level 4 the fastest, go back and gank, then your team is going to do well, because if you can gank before the other person has time to counter gank, you have just shut down the lane, and it's almost a third of the team gone. Like, if you get a kill on their AD carry early, and your AD carry gets first blood, that's 400 gold ahead that they'll be. So
to combat that, what are they doing?
Well, what they're doing is they're reducing area of effect damage dealers, kind of their effectiveness in the jungle, by rebalancing the health and damage of creeps. So the big creep has more damage and more health, but the little creeps do less. So your single target kind of damage dealers like Warwick, Gangplank, something like that, they've got no AoE clear, but they'll be able to jungle effectively because they can focus everything on the big creep and then just go little creep 1, little creep 2, and just they'll have the same sort of clear speed as AoE clears. So like they won't be so far behind. Like if I'm a Warwick against a Mundo, I mean, unless I get a lot of help from my lanes, my initial jungle clear is one of the slowest in the game. And the other thing with Warwick is he has no CC apart from his ult, so his ganks are poor anyway. But ignoring that, I mean, once you've got red buff, you're able to run at someone and slow them while your lane just does damage. So, yeah.
They're also increasing the rewards from the golden XP, but also scaling them throughout the game, along with the health and damage of the monsters.
Yeah. So like, again, if I'm Warwick, he's pretty useless unless he's got his ult. So what I do when I played him in season 2 was I'd flash ult someone or I'd ult someone, we'd kill them, then I would just go and farm jungle. But someone like Mundo or Skarner who have got enough of CC, like they've got a strong slow so they can chase someone down a lane, they can gank a lot more than I can. So, but they get a lot more reward for that in season 2. Like where I'd have to go and farm jungle, I would fall 2 or 3 levels behind, where they can just keep ganking. So it really helps, like scaling the gold and experience really helps junglers that need gold or can only gank like once every minute or so. And it kind of brings back some of the older junglers, and it will bring some new ones in, like, well, the example they got here is Master Yi, who really need to scale into the late game. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to increase the damage dealt by monsters and jungling. How would that affect? It says here, damage dealt by monsters in jungle should allow high sustained junglers such as Warwick and Fiddlesticks to break back into rotation by giving them an edge over the competition. How does that work?
Well, what we've got at the moment is almost anyone can jungle, because you start boots and 3 health potions or cloth armor 5 health potions. You can do a jungle clear, and you'll be, unless you're someone who uses health their abilities like Mundo, like you can do a jungle clear and be on like 3/4 health. I mean, Mundo can do the fastest clear, and I've done it once, and I got to level 4 before 3 minutes, but I had 12 health at the end of it. I mean, so that's different. But what they're doing here is like the jungle camps do more damage, and this what they want you to what they've got here is sustained junglers like Warwick who heal off every auto attack, and Fiddlesticks who drains everyone. They obviously won't be on low health when they've done their clear. They'll be on near full, so they can do a clear, not have to go back, and they can gank while the other teams, they can gank but they have bad CC, which is the trade-off that they make. So they can gank on full health, where the other team will have a half health or third health jungler kind of going, ooh, do I go in, risk death, or do I try and save my lane? So they want to bring in more junglers rather than the Lee Sins, the Mundos, the whatever that we're seeing at the moment, because the jungle is too... I mean, it's not the same damage as it was Season 1, where you could jungle as Warwick if you runed right and you were lucky. I mean, the damage the jungle monsters did in Season 1 was ridiculous. But they've... at the moment, it is too easy, and that's just a general consensus. But they didn't want to change it mid-season for, tournament reasons and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they just want to bring more junglers back as well.
Then apparently these new items are going to be a factor for opening up paths for champions who had poor jungle itemization, like mages and AD casters.
Yeah, so the Spirit Stone I was on about earlier builds into... I mean, not much has been said about this, but what has been sort of said is it builds into something for AD casters, something for an AP caster, and something for tanks. So, I mean, you can build it into one of those 3 things. And what that'll do is it will let you jungle people like Talon, because it will. I mean, nothing has been said really, apart from it will help AD caster junglers. So you can jungle Talon, who, I mean, I've never really tried jungling Talon, but I suppose he'd have an okay gank. He could jump in, silence, rake, that's a slow, and a silence, and a gap closer, and you have a dot. I mean, his ganks would be great, but I don't know. So, and another thing, if I've been reading through this kind of thread, and a lot of people have been asking about Jungle Carthus,
Mm.
um, and what they've been saying, what Static has said a lot, has been he's in a very funny place right now, and because really the only person I've ever seen like doing it is when I watch streamers and I see a Zingy playing. He plays Jungle Carthus, and he'll just flash in, he spam Q everywhere, die, ult. That is, and then once he's done that, he'll go and clear jungle. That is how he plays it. So I don't know how Jungle Carthus works, but
Okay.
we'll see about that.
And they've they've got it here as quality of life and meta adjustments, making some small changes to the jungle. What are these changes?
Well, they've got jungle monsters attacking the nearest target rather than chasing their original attacker to make their behavior more consistent. So what they've got there is, at the moment, like you go up to your blue buff. Well, you clear your wolves with a bit of help from your mid, and if you're red team, we'll say we're red team. So we do wolves, bit of help from mid lane, bit of help from your AD carry. You clear wolves, you get all that experience, and between 140 and 155, 155 blue spawns. Your mid lane will cast an ability or use an auto attack or both. The blue buff or the big monster will start chasing it, and you're there just wailing away at it. It's doing nothing to you. It's following the mid laner, kind of going up and down, and you can just get it like without taking any damage.
So the
But
death of the Superman pull.
yeah, the Superman pull. So now with it, the problem that they had before was nobody knew how the AI worked. So, like, it would follow you, but it would sometimes reset randomly. Even if you'd done the same thing 1,000 times before, the camp would reset, and you'd be like wailing on it, like, "No, come back, come back, come back, monster! Stop running
So
away."
does that mean that now the jungler is going to have to tank or have like a tank from one of the lanes tank the mob whilst he kills it if you're a squishier jungler?
If you're a squishier jungler, you are going to struggle a bit more. I mean, that's what the new items are for. But what you've got to have better team coordination than your pubby solo queues where your AD carry runs off and waits in a brush at bot lane. You've got to get your AD carry, if you're on red team, your AD carry and your mid laner to damage it while you damage it. Or if you're blue team, your top lane and your mid lane, you've got to have them just wailing on it while you hit it. I mean, you can tank it or whatever. Depends on the team comp really. But if you've got sustain or not, you just tank it while they do damage and you do damage and
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah. They're also increasing the gold rewards from Wraith Camp and reducing the rewards from
Wraith Camp.
Wraith Camp and increasing the rewards for Wolf Camp and Golem Camp. That's pretty straightforward and
Yeah,
doesn't
I
need much
mean,
talking about.
yeah, I mean with that.
Wraiths have their reduced attack range, and the larger Wraith has been repositioned to force mid laners to commit more when farming.
Yeah, well, I mean, the place where the blue Wraith was in the corner,
Yeah,
the
nearest the lane.
nearest the lane. So the enemy team AP carry could fire. Say it was Morgana, they can fire a random Q in there, put a pool underneath, take the big Wraith of the enemy team without having to do anything. They
Yeah.
could do it without leaving lane. So what they're aiming to do here is if they want to take big Wraith, it's just they have to leave lane, go into the opponent's jungle, and get it, rather than doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
and yeah, go on.
yeah, and the last point on there was the Golem camp monsters have increased their movement speed to make them less vulnerable to kiting, especially on early game.
Okay, yes. This is something that is kind of blue team, the bot lane.
Yeah.
If your jungler starts at blue buff, they're going to be in the top side of the jungle, and you can, at the moment, you and your support can take double golems by you hit it, run away, hit it, run away, hit it, run away. The support is hitting it at the same time, and then once you get to a certain distance, it'll turn and go on the support, and the support can hit it, run away, and they can kite it because it's only got about 180 move speed compared to the 350 of a champion. So they can kite it doing that.
Yeah.
And take almost no damage and get a jungle camp above the red team AD carry, which gives sort of like it's you're essentially if you do it right, your AD carry is halfway to 2 by the time you get to lane,
Okay.
which is just a massive thing. So they don't want that because it's a big advantage to being on blue team. It doesn't want to be an advantage being on a team like a specific side. They don't really want that. That's not a fair thing.
Yeah. They're hoping that these changes basically will make jungling better, make it more varied, and and they say they're open to making changes. Has there been any posts in this that are worth looking at?
Well, I've had a look, and a lot of them, like 90% of the posts, are people that haven't read it, and they're just like, they're just like, what? No leash? No leash? But what about leashing? I mean, every other post is that, but there are some other ones like, what about Nautilus? I mean, he's a fast jungler if he can keep his shield up, but with the more damage, he's going to have his shield broken earlier, and he has a hard time jungling. And what they're saying is they're doing internal tests at the moment, and it's soon to become to PBE. And what they're saying is like because someone like Nautilus has masses of utility and amazing ganks. I mean, once he's 6, you will die if you get caught by him because you can CC someone long enough for them to get to 100 to 0, no matter who they are, with a combination of your auto attack snare, your pullback, your slows, and he's got. So what they've said here is they want his clears to be more painful compared to junglers that don't have that much utility. He's also like the tankiest person in the world, so once you're past your first clear, like you take no damage because you have a % health shield. So it's like once you've bought your Heart of Gold, you have this ridiculous shield that gives you hella deeps.
Yeah, here's a funny post from one of the assistant game designers. No leashing that currently happens in the leashing that currently happens on live will no longer exist. We found that teammates will stick around longer, as long as they can to apply as much damage as possible. That won't happen in random because you're always placed with idiots.
Yeah, I mean, my experiences of solo queue and even normal games are everyone is always an idiot. I mean, I don't want to be mean. I don't know that's not true.
If you're not on Vent or Skype to them, never count on them.
Yeah, never. Oh my god, work, silly internet. Never count on your team to do anything for you unless you're talking to them on Vent or whatever VoIP server if you want. Other products are available and all that. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's a big point really. It's really going to hit people in solo, like the people who try and get masses of solo queue elo just jungling. It's going to hurt them a lot if they can't get their team to help damage camps and stuff.
Yeah. I can't remember. Did we win this Yordle game? Of course we did.
I don't know. I can't remember. I was spectating this one. I went for dinner and Kev was like, "Let's do it without him." Blah, blah, blah.
We had enough people. We're 16 for 7 at this point, so I think we win.
Yeah, it was. I do remember watching it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
The service just went down on me then. Someone's talking about Jungle Diana. I mean, at the moment she's great because her shield is a shield and an AoE clear. It's like everything you'll ever need. And what they're saying is she performs exceptionally well because she still has high sustained damage with a passive and her auto attack. So that's an interesting one. I mean, I've not played Diana. I never bought her. I don't know. She didn't look that interesting to me. I played her on the PBE and I was like, I don't really like this. But I mean, I think the thing that annoyed me the most was you couldn't control the direction of the queue. Like, what you could do was, I can't remember which way around it is exactly, but if you were on blue team, you wanted to check, I can't remember which brush it is either. I just remember this exact scenario coming up. It was like, I want to check this brush, but my queue goes the wrong way. If it went the other way, it would perfectly line up with the brush, but it goes the other way, so I can't check it. It was so annoying. But I mean, that was just that was just me. Um, yeah. What are they on about here? Well, people are like 200 elo, like thinking they're the best, commenting. It's quite funny. Like, oh, GG, all junglers now retarded, now useless. Um, hmm, I don't know. I'll have a quick look through the things. If you see anything, hit me up as well. I'll just have a quick look.
Yeah, I can't notice anything. But yeah, so I will still be jungling, I hope. Although
Yeah.
hopefully maybe I'll be a better jungler in this one.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Jungle Carthus. Uh,
Woohoo.
R.I.P. Jungle Carthus. The reply is, you'd be surprised. Carthus does an insanely high amount of single target damage once he's killed. Because with the way his Q works, is it does double damage when it's on a single target. So if he spams his Q and kills the little ones like that, I don't know if you pick that up. I was
Yeah,
clicking my fingers.
I probably can.
Like as soon as he can just kill the little creeps like that, just like nothing, and then he just wails on this big one with his E and his Q. He just like he'll clear very quickly, and they say that he's going to benefit massively from the new AP jungle items.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to find. I have seen somewhere more information on this machete and the new items. Can't find it for the life of me.
Now, I think who are the last two champions to come out? Kha'Zix and
Zed and Kazakh.
Zed and Kha'Zix.
Yes.
Now, if you look at Zed and Kha'Zix, Kha'Zix seems to be a sort of jungler that benefits in this new jungle.
Yeah, because he can.
Because all his ability, he has that slight AoE, but most of his damage comes onto the mad single target. Because once he's killed the little golems, his big buff is then benefiting from his being left alone,
That one. Yeah.
being left out on their own. He's single target damage on that, and his skill shot can hit it then. So I think Kha'Zix is looking like a really good jungler for this one here. So maybe they kind of made Kha'Zix with this sort of changes in mind already.
Maybe.
But then
Kazakh is an example that they brought up on here, where they've just said, I've only what he said. Static, the guy who's kind of doing most of the explaining here. What he said is, in the internal changes, he's only played a couple of games with Kazakh, and he's found that he's only. I mean, his ganks are still insane because he's Kazakh, and that's what he does. He has a slow on auto attacks and blah 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 blah. I mean, his clear is only quick if you max the skill shot. Is it Void Spikes, something like that?
really,
I mean, if you max that and put an evolution point in that, they've said that his clears are only really quick with that. I mean, I don't know. I'll find it now. I think it was the last post.
you see, that's my like least favorite ability. I'll max it second, but I never evolve it.
Just tried a Kazakh solo run. His clear was impressive when I went at AD heavy rune or mastery build and max Void Spike first. He's fairly mana hungry, but it means the Spirit Stone should be a good item on him. Not sure he'd be successful with a non-Void Spike focused build. That's what they've said here.
Oh, cool. I have to change my Kha'Zix build then, because Void Spikes is a ranged slow as well. So,
Yeah, and it heals you as well.
and it heals you if you're caught in the explosion. So,
I mean, while you're clearing jungle, you're gonna be a
yeah,
melee, right?
but like that's my problem with Kha'Zix when you're looking for the gank. If you haven't got evolved wings yet, you kind of like leapfrog into lane.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be the trade-off because it's gonna be you want to evolve your jump for your leap for your ganks. But if you want jungle clear, which you're probably going to want now because of the increased scaling, the increased experience gain, you're oh, hang on, there's a patch on the US. Weird. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you look at like the newest champ Zed, he doesn't look. Well, I know he wasn't built with jungling in mind.
No, he wasn't. Was he? He looks a lot more like a top laner. I mean, I think he's just Talon 2.0. I mean, Talon with energy.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like he'd fit in because you can jungle Zed.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like he'd fit in now. Although, if more emphasis is attacking on single targets, because if Zed's abilities when they hit the same target gain an extra effect.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
mostly
he
it's
gets energy back, doesn't he?
mostly it's just energy regen, no extra damage, or it's a slow or whatever. But maybe it is resolved around more of this sort of like single target helping jungle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other thing with that is his passive does like one. I mean, if you do like because he's energy based, you can do your full skill rotation on every jungle camp, and by the time you've got to the next jungle camp, you've got your full skill rotation again. And
Yeah.
if you do kind of shadow, shuriken, spin, that if that's not killed the mini creeps, which it will have done, but what it'll have done is it'll kill the mini creeps and it'll chunk the big dude by loads, and then you start wailing on it with your auto attacks and whatever, and you do that 8%. Is it 8% extra damage when they're below half health or something?
Something daft like that.
I mean, 8% of their health is as bonus magic damage when they're below half health. So I mean, if you've half health them with your full rotation, you can then just do like hella damage. With that. I keep saying hella damage. Oh well, hella
Yeah.
deeps.
My problem is I say and yeah too much.
And yeah, I say that as well. I just like finish, just say yeah, and yeah.
And yeah. Back
Yeah,
back back to whatever it was I was on about before. And yeah, completely unprompted.
yeah, exactly. I do exactly the same thing. Uh, Maokai, a lot of the same junglers, a lot of the normal junglers, like kind of the highly competitive ones, are going to be still in rotation. They're going to filter out some of the other wildcard junglers, like Jungle Malzahar.
Ah.
No, hang on. He was one of the new ones that might be brought in because they tank like the things tank. The closest target tanks now.
Yeah.
He can get his Void Link to tank for him.
Oh wow.
Uh,
No, didn't they say that was a problem they were having? That
I don't
people
know.
with a pet, people
Oh
with
yeah, Jungle
pet-based
Mal.
things.
Oh yes. Pets take more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but
To stop Malzahar and Yorick and
yeah,
um,
we've had to make jungle monsters do additional amounts of
Zyra.
bonus damage to pets. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's it makes Jungle Malzahar ridiculous. Like you could play AD Malz. I mean, I've seen it done because his Void Link. It's annoying me. It doesn't say anywhere that his Void Link damage scales off AD, but it does. Skara says it. The wiki says it. It happens. um, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This game lasts for another 3 minutes, so
And,
we're gonna wrap up now. We've covered most of the actual post and a couple of the added bits, and I'm actually looking forward to this. I'll have to see how it plays out before I then start
yeah.
raging or not. Me and Bob will play some PBE games once it's live on the PBE.
Yeah.
And one of our favourite game types at the moment is ARAM. So if you guys
Oh,
want to play some ARAM games with us, add us on League of Legends and Mimna.
and
Yeah.
what's mine? Villa Rule 11.
The Villarreal
Villa Rule
11,
10.
even though his name on everything else is Villarreal 10.
No. My name on Xbox Live is Villa Rule 7.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
my login name for League of Legends is Villa Rule 10. My summoner name is Villa Rule 11. My name on Minecraft is Villa Rule 10. I mean, everything's different. I think I changed it recently. I've started changing it to Bob Hodkinson 93 because it's one number rather than like, what year did I make this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. So, also we got a Minecraft server up, so there'll be a couple of Minecraft videos, and maybe even the IP for that.
Ooh,
Maybe
maybe.
letting people onto a server now. Oh.
Oh, if we can trust them.
So yeah, we've got the walls and things as well, so we'll be hosting these things and getting people to come on and play. Um, some videos and hopefully getting you guys involved. We still have a bunch of skins here to give away.
Ooh, which ones have we got left?
We've got 4 Full Metal Ramuses and 4 Riot Graves. So our 100th subscriber gets one of each.
Well, what?
I'm
Why was
saving.
I not the 100th subscriber?
I'm saving. You don't get one. You got the one we brought you back from Gamescom.
Oh yeah.
Gamescom was awesome.
Yeah, I really wish I could have gone. But
We'll have to go next year. Organise
yeah,
a full Marshall Gamers trip.
yeah. I was going to go to Minecon this year,
It's all
I've,
kids.
yeah, but it's at Disneyland.
Yeah, because it's all kids.
But Disneyland and capes. No, I mean we were going to go. I mean the tickets were like 35 quid, but the problem was I was going to drive down, but it was going to cost between fuel, ferry, and a hotel as part of a couple of £100. You didn't really want to spend.
Yeah, Gamescom in total cost me. It was 250 quid actually, like going
Yeah.
and whatever tickets and flight and accommodation. and then actually money spent there, like on
Oh
food and
god,
things, was an extra like 70 quid.
Jesus. We were gonna go. Well, I say we. Me and a couple of my friends from back home wanted to go to RTX. The tickets were $40. I mean, that's like 25 quid.
Yeah.
The plane and the hotel was $1,000.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, I mean, no. I also wanted to go to MCM London this year. I went to MCM Manchester earlier in the year. I went to Thor, and it was the best Thor there by a mile. But I was going to go this year to London, but I couldn't get anyone to come with me. Which is
Oh.
a bit of a shame. Oh well.
Right, so that's this over with. We win now. Final score is 46-16, with our Tristana with the most most kills at 20-4.
Yodel's OP.
Yeah, we all
Yodel's
finished
OP.
positive. So
Yeah,
the enemy team, we completely and utterly trolled and whatever.
we need to do that 5 support game.
Yeah, we're gonna play a 5 support game soon.
We tried it, but we got like counter trolled by double top Mundo Jacks that just they spent the first 5 minutes of the game camping at my red. Like they didn't go to lane for 5 minutes waiting for me. So
Yeah.
I burnt flash like then. And then I couldn't do anything from there in Jungle Taric. Spoiler alert, Jungle Taric's not very good. We'll see how it turns out in a proper game though.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next video, and there'll
Yeah.
be more stuff to whatever and whatever else. And I have a Raspberry Pi, so I'm gonna work
Yay.
out what one of them is. Right.
Raspberry Pi. Alright,
Right,
yeah,
guys.
I'll see you later.
See ya.